hey, so we're trying to, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get this thing moving along, trying to get you out of here. We're gonna let you make your phone call, but if you could just like let us process you, it would move things off. We got a situation outside, obviously. We're trying to get that alleviated. We're trying to get you out of here, all right? So if we start processing now, we can obviously make that a little quicker.
What if I just leave without getting processed?
Yeah, we gotta do it now.
Why?
Well, it's gotta happen, right? Why can't it happen now?
Because I don't think that it makes sense to arrest me for obstruction when an officer made no attempt to go around me.
Well, debating the charges here is not the move. Obviously, you understand that's something you bring up in court. But right now, we're just trying to get you processed and get the arrest process.
I just think that's a huge waste of time when we could just resolve it now.
Well, that's not how the courts work in America, unfortunately.
We still have to wait for the judge.
Right.
So it's one of those things, though. If you don't get processed, go before the judge, and you still deny process, then he could put you in county jail until you process. Honestly. It's just fingerprints and photographs. That's all we need to get that done and over with. You'll be arraigned by the judge, and then hopefully the judge will just say, come back on a court date. That's it. Okay, unfortunately with the charge, it's a fingerprintable offense, and you have to be printed. You know? So
But
if you
I don't believe that I committed the thing that I'm being charged with.
But this is not the arena to deal with that. Certainly the court is where to deal with it all, to be honest. Because there's nothing that him or I can do about the charges. It's not us. We're just assisting to try and get you processed, to try and hurry things up to get you out of here.
Okay.
That's all we're trying to do. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Do you understand why that's an issue, that all of this, like, before even any discussion of whether there was a legitimate reason to arrest someone occurs, that all of this has to happen?
All of what?
All of everything that's going on here, everything that I'm waiting for, all of this, like, processing that I for something that I think is pretty clear that I am not guilty of.
Right, and to be honest with you, I have dealt in my career many of people that, you know, flat out said, oh, I didn't do anything wrong, I shouldn't be here. But it's not to debate with us, it's debate with the court once you get there. The judge could say, okay, you know what? All honestly, I don't think you did anything wrong. It's gone. Or, okay, well, you did something wrong and these are the penalties. You know, that's the arena.
But why not process me if I'm guilty? And then if I'm not, we just don't worry about it.
Because what happens is you get processed, and then if you are found not guilty, then what happens is those get expunged.
So then why not just only do them if I am guilty and not go through the work?
Well, the only way you get guilty is to go to the court process, and that could take many months to have a resolution.
Right, and so if I'm guilty, then process me, do whatever. But if I'm innocent until I'm proven guilty, I don't see the need to process me until I'm declared guilty of a crime.
Right, but unfortunately, we have to process first, so that's just how the system works.
Yeah.
Well, my phone is charged now, and I can make my phone call to get the number of an attorney.
Okay. And I know everybody I've dealt with, they talk to the attorney, and the attorneys be cooperative, we'll deal with it in court. Just do what the officers ask, and then you're right out of here, so. I'm just telling you what, in my experience is, after 20-some years, that's, you know, we just have a job to do, get it done, and then, you know, like I said, the debate can occur in court once everybody shows up and can testify to whatever happened.
And then if I'm declared guilty by the court, then I think even if I don't agree with it, then I can understand why I would be processed legally in that situation. But processing me first just to expunge it if I'm declared innocent, when I'm already presumed innocent until I'm declared guilty.
Has it been explained to you what the processing entails? Has it been explained to you what it's going to entail?
What was explained to me is that it involves fingerprinting, photographs, and personal information about me.
Yep, it's just basically your social security number, right? Where you live. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if we gather a phone number. We might.
Would you be comfortable giving me those things about yourself?
Are you arresting me? Is it alleged that I committed a crime?
I mean, I could allege that you committed a crime right now, and then we would have to wait for the courts to decide whether you're guilty or not.
I don't understand your question.
Like, let's say that I do allege that you committed a crime. Then would you be comfortable telling me?
I would have to, right?
Okay.
It's not a matter of whether you're comfortable doing it. Mm-hmm. You've been arrested for a crime, right? Obstruction is a crime.
Yeah.
And this is the process that it entails. You can fight it in court, and you can go after us civilly if you think there's something wrong with that, and maybe a judge agrees with you, maybe they don't. But at this time, this is the process that has to be gone through, right? I understand you want to change the system. You don't agree with it. Okay, if it doesn't make sense, then you could. I don't know what to tell you. It's the way it is. A lot of things don't make sense, but if we have to,
a waste of time to do that processing with full knowledge that it might just be erased later.
Okay, so listen. So the reason that we fingerprint you is to ensure your identity. I think that's why we get your social and all these things, right?
Right.
Okay, so we have to know who we're processing or arresting, and send all that information to court, right? We have to know who you are. We have to get all that information, right? Which includes your social. And the only way the best way we can ID people currently is a fingerprint. I'm gonna run their prints through a system that ensures you are not someone impersonating someone, right? So that's the most thorough way to do it with current technology, right? So when you get fingerprinted, your fingerprints go to a system. They get scanned, cross-examined across the whole database, and if it shows up maybe you're impersonating someone, then that would pop up in our system and we would find that out. If not, then whatever. But
like the edge case that this is done in case of, where I did commit a crime in this situation.
Okay.
B, am impersonating somebody else. Like, each one of those things being a certain probability, you stack them together and combined they all become increasingly less likely. Like, that seems like an insane edge case that I guarantee is not what's happening.
Well, it's just a part of the process. I'm not alleging that you're impersonating anyone, right? I'm just telling you why that process is in place, right? And I have run into people who've impersonated, and that's happened.
I'm not impersonating anybody, and
I'm not saying you are.
And I don't think
I'm not saying you are.
I'm just whether I'm impersonating somebody is like a meaningful
So
waste of time.
I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying why the process is in place and why we're trying to encourage you to do this. I'm trying to make it seem like a less alien and a less infringing policy, if you will. It's a process that happens when you get arrested for misdemeanor crimes and up. That's just the way it is.
I was arrested for a misdemeanor?
That's what obstruction is. Obstruction's a misdemeanor.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Were you not aware of that?
I was not aware of that, no.
Okay. Well, do you need me to... I can go talk to my sergeant. We can figure out your phone call. Your phone's charged?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Alright. So if you don't mind, if you could remove your boots from our desk, please.
Is it really that big of a deal? Like,
It's kind of a respect thing. I'm respecting you.
bruh, I'm chained to a bench. I'm
Okay.
not being respected right now. Like, I can.
I'm
have
speaking
my
respectfully
feet
to you.
But speaking respectfully to somebody, I'm speaking respectfully to you too.
Okay.
Like, that's being met mutually here.
Is she good to make a phone call?
Yeah, I thought that's what she was.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Hey, do you know Sujata's phone number? Yeah. I mean, you know. I'm in the room with a lot of people, so I prefer to talk about it later. I just need the number. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. So she knows I'm gonna call? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just that. I gotta hang up though, okay? I gotta hang up and call her. Okay, love you.
You got a number, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.